Having a budget is the single most effective tool I've used to improve my finances. Here are 10 budgeting tips to guide you to create a budget that works so you can reach your finance goals. Number 1 is budget your way. What's your way? There are several different kinds of budgeting techniques, like the cash envelope system, a percentage-based budget such as the 50-30-20 budget. I don't use any of those. I use a zero-based budget that I learned from Dave Ramsey. Using a zero-based budget, I was able to pay off $20,000 of car debt, build a $10,000 budget buffer, save up a 12-month emergency fund, buy a house, and now am aggressively working to pay off my mortgage early. And this is all as a single mother. If you've never tried the zero-based budget, I would say give it a try. But if that is not your style of budgeting, do what works for you. It might take a couple tries to see which is the method that speaks to you most and is the most effective, but do not give up until you find one that works for you. Number 2 is know your numbers. Until you actually sit down and look at your actual numbers, it's very easy to overestimate or underestimate how much you actually spend. Like if I were to ask you, like, oh, how much do you spend on fast food each month? You might just go, maybe $50. But then when you actually sit down and add up, it could be closer to $200. It is not the best strategy to guess. It is the best strategy to know your actual numbers so that you can best know what your current spending habits are and then plan for perhaps cutting or adding wherever you need to. But you need to look through your bank statements, look through your credit card statements, and know what your actual numbers are to be the most effective in creating a budget that will reach your finance goals. Number 3 is round up or down when planning your budget. This actually might come as a shock to you, but I actually don't use change at all in my budgeting. So when I see these videos that are like, it cost $129.32, I never deal with change ever in my budget. So what do I do instead? I round up or down. So if your bill is $34.54, $35. If something costs you $11.13, $11. Anything over 50 cents, I round up. Anything under 50 cents, I round down. I don't deal with the change and it always works out. If doing the change makes you comfortable, keep the change. But I personally round up or down. It keeps everything simplified. Number 4, do it every month. I do not set it and forget it. Every single month, I come up with a unique monthly budget that is appropriate for the upcoming month. Every month it's going to be slightly different. You're never going to have one month that is exactly the same as the next. I personally use Dave Ramsey's tool Every Dollar to do my finances, but you do not have to use Every Dollar. You can use straight up pen and paper and it will do the same thing. I just personally like the features that I can click month to month. On the side, it shows you your percentages of each category. And I just like that feature. And as I'm about to explain in another tip, I'm in my budget all month, so it is the easiest to change when I can just do a clickaroo and change it. But you do not have to use an app or software. Pen and paper works just as well. Number 5 is reduce your categories. When I started out budgeting, I thought I needed to have a pet budget and a cleaning products budget, a grocery budget and a Kaden school budget and a fun budget and a vacation budget. You get the point. Too many budgets can make the brain go into overdrive. I have 4 simple budget categories. Savings, which is future Kate, everything for the future. My investments, my savings account, everything to do with the future. I have household, which is all my necessities, everything that I must pay every month. And even if it hits the fan, these are the things I must pay. That goes into my household. The 3rd category is giving. And the 4th category is lifestyle, which is the icing on the cake. It's all your choices. None of it's necessary, but it's what you choose to spend your money on. Reducing my categories has been a complete game changer, K-Squad. When I had all those categories to fill in, it was too much for me. 4 simple categories gets the job done, simplifies, and is super effective. If you've made it this far in the video, take a quick second and type in the comments, budget this, so I know that you are with me, and we're gonna move on to number 6. Number 6 is set goals. You know that expression, wild horses couldn't drag me away? That is how I feel about debt. You might have caught this if you've been following me for a while, but when I have a debt on my plate, I've got a one-track mind. I can't stand it. It really bothers me. And I know some people are more comfortable with debt, but I personally am not. And I'm unapologetic about it. When I was trying to save to pay off that $20,000 toward my car, eyes on the prize, my friends. I was going full force to get that paid off, and I did. It's important to set financial goals so you know what you're working toward. By setting goals, you prioritize what is important. Which debt do you want to knock off? Which thing do you want to save for? Are you trying to save up for a vacation? Are you trying to make your shoulders lighter by paying off debt? Right now, you guys know the only debt I have is paying off my house. You guys have requested a house payoff update, which I hope to do very soon for you. There is a fire under my behind to get this paid off as soon as possible. Even though I have a 30-year mortgage, I am determined. Honestly, I really want to cut that in half if I can. Eyes on the prize. Set a goal that inspires you, that gets you excited, that when you see the progress, you feel like, oh yeah, I'm doing this. Number 7, get up in your budget's business. I'm telling you, get up in its face. And by that, I mean, like I was saying earlier, don't feel like you can't change the budget once the month is in progress. Again, you guys, this has been a huge deal for me to stay up in it. Keep your hands in it. Do not set and forget. I can't stress this point enough. Stay involved and adjust as the month goes on. If you're familiar with the Kate method, you keep focus, you adjust. The A is for adjust, and I adjust all month long. Which leads me to number 8. Track your spending. The T in the Kate method stands for tracking. I was very surprised that many of you, when we were talking about budgeting, you let me know you were not reconciling the budget. In fact, some of you did not even know what that term meant. If you don't track each expense, you don't know if the budget worked, okay? Like if you don't track what you actually spent, you're gonna say, oh, I'm gonna spend $100 in gas, but you actually spent $125. That's not effective if that $25 is not accounted for. Is it a pain to track every single dollar you spend? Honestly, it's so second nature for me now, it is not bothersome at all. At first, you're gonna be like, oh, how do I do this? And I have a video for you. I will leave it at the end of this video so that you can check it out. But the tracking, my friends, is crucial. If you don't track what you actually spent, you do not know if the budget was effective. Input every transaction, record it. If you use every dollar, type it in, account for it. If you're using a spreadsheet, account for it. If you're writing it down in a notebook, write it down. Make sure that every single transaction is spoken for and there's no money left on the table or there's no overspending involved that you didn't realize. This leads me to number 9. My practical budgeting strategy involves spending 5 to 10 minutes a day doing budget stuff every single day. It takes 5 to 10 minutes to look at your bank account. Like I always go into my checking and make sure that the appropriate things are coming out of my checking. I have one credit card that I go look and see, did I put that into my every dollar to make sure I accounted for it? 5 to 10 minutes a day. It's gonna be so second nature And it's gonna be a reminder every day that this is a goal of yours. You are working toward a financial goal. Let it be on your mind for 5 to 10 minutes a day to keep it in the forefront of your priorities. I like to do it when I'm drinking my coffee in the morning. It makes it an enjoyable experience. If you want to light a candle, whatever you got to do to make it something that you look forward to, do it. To me, budgeting is a pleasure. Number 10, don't give up when you mess up. Just like when you're trying to eat healthy and you have a piece of cake and then you think, well, I ate this, I could probably have a second one, or I'll just eat the whole cake. Don't eat the whole cake because you ate the one piece. Don't blow the budget because you overspent on one line item. We're human, K Squad. We're gonna mess up. But just because you mess up, don't give up. Never give up. Keep going. Go to the next thing. And don't beat yourself up about it. Learn from it. Okay, this didn't work for me. What can I do here to make this work? For me, it took, I would say, about 3 months to get into the swing of it. But after 6 months, you guys, it was a habit, and it was a strong habit, and it was an exciting habit when I saw my progress, I saw the results. Gosh, nobody loves budgeting more than I do. Seriously, I love it. I love budgeting. You guys know this? If you need inspiration, come here. I will get you excited. If you love talking about budgeting, frugal living, saving money, hit subscribe so you never miss a video. As always, now is your turn. Please take a second, K Squad, go in the comments and leave us what is the one game-changing thing you've done in regards to your budget that finally clicked. All of a sudden you were like, oh, this makes sense, this works. Let us know in the comments. We love to read through, see what worked for you, and see if it can work for us. Besides the tracking video, I'm gonna leave you a couple other inspiring videos here on the end. Pick your own adventure and enjoy the next video. Thank you for being here. I will see you next Friday. Bye, K Squad.
Buns is high.